Detective Comics issue 1029 sees the villain known as the Mirror address Gotham, rallying the citizens to him, saying that they are all tired of bats and cats and clowns leaping around their city. Among the gathered people is officials like Officer Nakano, who are also tired of the vigilante problem Gotham has, wanting them to all remove their masks. He knows the people are probably wondering why he's wearing a mask, revealing his name to be the Mirror, and that he's all of them and they are him, and together they are for Gotham. Mirror says that he doesn't want one face to represent the revolution, he wants the city to see all of their faces. He reveals the masks of the Bat family, saying that he will not rest until the identities of the vigilantes is laid bare. At Wayne Manor, Bruce packs up all his things he doesn't trust the movers with, like family photos. He knows despite losing his fortune, he's going to start a new chapter, and he's going to do it on his own terms, since money or no money, Batman will live on, and with his black case put back from the Joker, he can finally continue his work uninterrupted. Moving the stuff out of the house, Bruce approaches Alfred's old room, knowing that he cannot keep putting this off. He begins packing up the pictures, knowing that there are many happy memories within them, spying one of him graduating college with Alfred there to congratulate him. He can't bring himself to box everything up just yet, unwrapping the photos and telling himself that maybe tomorrow he can do it. Later in the city, some bank robbers make their daring escape through the city, but Batman arrives to put a stop to them. The hero gives chase on his Bat bike, but while pursuing them through the streets, a sniper shoots a rod through his bike's tire spokes, causing it to crash and explode. The robbers think Batman was killed, but the hero grapples onto the back of their car, skiing along the road. The robbers open fire on the hero, hitting his body armor as one of them tells to shoot for Batman's legs. Batman reels in the cable and gets onto the car, throwing the driver from the vehicle and taking over. The panicked robbers fire at the Batman, who says that shooting him point blank in the back of his head makes him mad. Reclining the seat back, Batman fires off the projectile bat ears he had installed, stabbing the robbers with them as he pulls the car to a screeching halt outside of a GCPD building. Tying up the criminals, Batman takes back the bat ears, replacing them in his cowl as the cops thank Batman for his heroics, but the people begin to gather around them, demanding the hero unmask as he escapes to the roofs, watched by the Mirror from a nearby rooftop. Later on, the Nakano for Mayor fundraiser gala begins, with prospective mayoral candidate Chris Nakano delivering a speech, thanking Malcolm Pitt for hosting his fundraiser on his yacht, noting how one of the jet skis is worth more than what he would have made as a patrolman. Bruce watches on as the man talks about injustice he saw in Gotham, with innocents caught in the crossfire of criminality, made worse by the theatrics of the Caped Crusaders. While the speech continues, another billionaire tries to gloat to Bruce, wondering why he's there now that he's lost all his money. Bruce says he likes to keep up with those who are running to help guide the city. Nakano talks about when he lost his eye and his partner thanks to Joker's war, but how in losing them he also gained the confidence to ask what he was prepared to do to serve the city he was born in. He tells the people that his run for mayor will be fully transparent and injustice will not be allowed to take root. As Nakano glad hands the billionaires and other rich people of Gotham, the yacht's security is taken down by an unknown gang of pirates. Bruce meets with Nakano, wanting to hear more about his view on vigilantes, but the boat is overrun by the pirates, who demand everything from the wealthy partygoers. Bruce activates his watch as the robbers come for Nakano. Bruce spies some glass fruit, grabbing one of the apples as Nakano goes for the robber. Bruce knows that was stupid on the man's part as he whips the apple at the robber's head, knocking him out. Doing so knocks the man into the captain, causing him to turn the ship's wheel, throwing everyone off balance. This gives Bruce just enough time as Nightwing arrives, taking down the gang. In the aftermath, Nakano finds his lost eye patch, which Bruce finds, giving it to him. Nakano says that the hole in his head is a reminder of the cost of masks, since sometimes it's a cost of an arm or a leg or an eye or even a life. Nakano damns all masks, good or bad, since it's all an Ouroboros. Nightwing awkwardly takes his leave, telling the people to stay safe as Nakano tells the captain that they are going ashore with the robbers. Bruce returns to Wayne Manor, having many questions, beginning with who shot at his motorcycle earlier in the night. Heading to the Batcave, he finds that someone has broken in, seeing that his chair was in the wrong position he left it in. He finds the black casebook has been taken, knowing that the only person who knew about it other than Alfred was Damian, making Bruce wonder what his wayward son's next move is. Detective Comics issue 1029 finds Peter Tomasi beginning a cool new story, using the recent Joker War event to set up an interesting new villain as well as an interesting new problem for the Bat family to deal with, a city that doesn't want their protection. I enjoy the continued Batman on a budget plot plot from Tynan's run continuing here, with Batman having to watch everything he does and keep track of even the smallest tools he uses, like his projectile bat ears. It's a stark contrast to how he was at the beginning of Tynan's run, where he had giant tanks and trains and drones and whatnot. It adds a fun, inventive element to the story, since writers can't now rely on all his gadgets to get him out of situations. You've got to be a bit more smarter than that. Chris Nakano is also a fun foil, not just for Batman, but for Bruce Wayne as well, who the Officer doesn't particularly like, probably because of his involvement with Batman. And Nakano's involvement in the plot is going to be great to watch unfold, especially when you consider that there's probably definitely some connection between him and the Mirror, being they want exactly the same thing. However, I doubt they're actually the same person, since that's a little too obvious. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.